Okay, what is the E equals MC squared of making money, being successful? I haven't shot a video in the backyard for a while, so I thought I would. And I'm gonna share with you something that I wish they had taught me in school, especially about how to make money, because nowadays you got people in college debt. They got a degree, but they can't get a job, or if they get a job, it's a job they hate that doesn't make them enough money. So listen to this if you're under financial pressure. Put it to you that way. I'll keep it nice and simple. Do a little walking tour of the house while we talk. So I guess the place to start, number one, is you have to know how to invest your money. You have to know how to invest your time, and you have to know how to invest your money. Those two things are what make people rich. It's what makes people not necessarily a billionaire or a millionaire, but it just makes people financially independent. Knowing how to invest. Invest means one simple thing. You postpone present pleasure. You postpone something now to get something better later. That's what an investor does. What most of the world does is the opposite. The second they make a dollar, they spend it. And they make somebody else rich. And so if you're not careful, you're always making somebody else rich. I promise you that. You know, when you're paying all the people who live in apartments, and there's nothing wrong with living in an apartment, but just remember, the landlord, you're paying for that building for them. When you go eat sushi, you obviously make the restaurant owner rich. Now, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with doing those. I'm just saying you have to understand how the food chain, like in the ocean, you have a food chain. You got a food chain in the economy too. And you have to know where you are. And it's okay to be at the bottom. I started at the bottom. This is Beverly Hills. I didn't start out in Beverly Hills. In fact, I never went to Beverly Hills in my life until 2008, even though I was born in Los Angeles. But I was born in like Long Beach, Compton, not such a nice area. So you can start it. You can be at the bottom of the food chain. Nothing wrong with that. But you should be progressing. And the natural order of things, you can start out at the bottom and you try to rise up. Some people will rise to the very top, quote, quote. And it doesn't mean the top is better. A shark is at the top. Doesn't mean it's better to be a shark than it is a whale or a turtle or whatever, you know, not to misuse the analogy. But you see where I'm going with this. So if you don't invest your money and time correctly, you will always be making other people rich. You will always be out of place. You'll always be 10 years behind. So that's number one thing. I don't know why the jacuzzi looks like a witch's cauldron right now. It's like so like I said, little tour. That was the guest house out over there. Show that. There's the guest house. And then you got the main house here. I use this, I call it my war room. This is the war room right here. Do my business. Don't show them what's on there. No, you can show here. Make my plans, global domination. No, just joking. I can have all the people who work for me, like the executives, show up here. This holds 12 or 14 people. So anyway, back to what I was saying. The number two thing you have to know is the difference between active and passive investing. So you have investing, but then you got to know the difference between the types. And some people only think about passive investing. Some people only do active investing. The wealthiest people in the world do both. Now, the average millionaire has 7 different streams of income. How many do you have? Ask yourself that question. Do you have 1, 2, 3? You have one job? You know, the average person, why do they have 7? Easy, don't put all your eggs in one basket. If the economy changes, things go bad, it can go bad for you real fast if you only have one income source. Most important part of the house right here, the kitchen. Look at this. I don't know. A little steak sitting around. I don't know who's gonna eat that. People always ask me, are there still cars in the garage? Yep. Still here. Even though some people thought they were rented, they're still here. They're not rented. And there's 2 outside. What's that one song? I got 12-car garage, but only 7 cars or whatever. Is that 21 Savage? I got the opposite problem. Got 6 cars and a 4-car garage. I need that Batman thing. Got the books out here. So the one thing I'll tell you, number 3, is you have to invest in learning how to invest, because school system fails you. I promise you that. So basically what happens These are my two favorite right here, by the way. This is a Rolls Royce Dawn. It's convertible, even though I have the top up. And this is the big boy. This is the 700 horsepower Aventador. Look at that engine. Craftsmanship. And this is another Rolls Royce here. Anyway, the reason I keep books, part of the reason I keep books in my garage is because I ran out of room. But the other reason is because, as I said, the books bring the cars, because the books are an example of me investing in learning how to invest. Every one of those books costs 10 or 20 bucks. So you have 1,000 books in here, that's 20 grand. But it's a good return on my investment. There's $1 million worth of cars sitting in here. So you go, okay, I'm gonna invest, I'm gonna postpone present pleasure, I'm gonna grab myself a book, start learning, or watch a YouTube video, or go to a conference or a seminar. Best thing is to find a mentor if you can do that. That's what I did. I was lucky enough to find 5 millionaire mentors when I was in my 20s. And that allowed me to just basically cut the learning curve very quickly. Got some art here. Check out this new piece of art I got. This one is from a guy, Casey Bow, in Brooklyn. It's kind of cool. People think it's like Bella Hadid or something. It's not. It's a model he had. I got this electronic art, but for some reason, it's like showing Golden State Warriors winning the championship. I got my fish here. What's up, fish? So this is actually the front, but I made this into the Scarface entrance. As you can see up there, I'll show you. You can do your little, you can do your say hello to my little friend. And then this is a Moroccan. This is a door. It's supposed to be like French, African, Moroccan, Algerian. It's got the little door. That's how they used to have on castles. And then you got this doorways. It's like an 800-pound door at least. And you got the cool skylight up there. Anyway, so the E equals MC squared of making money, as I said, is going with that investor mindset, not just spending everything you have, Number two, and here's the thing. I know that I'm making it sound easy. Making money is easy and hard at the same time, okay? It's simple, but most people won't do it. It's simple, but most people won't do it. It's kind of like exercising. It's simple. You go to the gym, you lift some weights, but most people don't do it. But if you do it, you get rewards. Same with making money. People think, when I was growing up, I thought making money was the hardest thing in the world. It was going to take, this, that. It was going to take me a Harvard MBA. I never went to college, but I thought I would have to and spend 70 grand. Harvard now is 200,000 if you want to get a 4-year degree. I was like, this is going to be the hardest thing in the world. And then I realized, wait, this is simple, but most people don't do it. So that's good news and bad news. If you can get off your butt, not procrastinate, there's a world of opportunities for you. So the number two of the E equals MC squared of making money, as I said, was understanding the difference between active and passive. You've got to have both. Passive investments can be real estate holdings, it can be cryptocurrency, it can be your 401k, stock market. Here's Alex, one of my business partners here working in the office. What's up, Alex? Hey. We got camera. Check this out. This massage chair. Don't forget to invest in your own body. This thing is badass. I'm not going to do it right now, but it massages your arms, your hand. Have you done this yet, man? Yeah, anyway. So back to active and passive investing. Most people only have one active source of income. That's their job, which they hate. So you need at least 3. Millionaires have 7. At least get 3. So quick, people ask me, what are the 3 active investments you should do? Well, one's your career, but you already know about that. That's the one thing the school system probably taught you, is how to, get a job. Like you learn how to fill out a resume, some schools. Here's bookshelf I built. It's a little messy right now. More books. I got them everywhere. But you got your career, so I'm not going to talk on that. So you need one more. I will tell you, in 2016, I built a test group, started letting people in. And I said, I'm going to show you one strategy to create another source of active income. You can do it part-time, full-time. I was like, if you do it right, it should make you between $1,000 and $10,000 a month. Okay? So I'm not promising people are going to make $100 million or $10 million. It's just like solid $1,000 to $10,000 a month. And people were like, what are you talking about? So I opened up a test group in 2016. I let like 1,000 people in, or whatever, 2,000 people. And I started training them. Now, some people procrastinated, didn't even start on what I was talking about. Let's go upstairs. You can tell I've been doing a lot of filming. We got sets everywhere. Upstairs I keep for my personal use. There's also a downstairs. There's an elevator, but we don't have to go in the elevator. Show them around the corner there, Sam. A little elevator. All right, so as I was saying, so I took like 2,000-3,000 people. I trained them in this test group. What did I train them to do? Easy. Get small businesses within 25 miles of them to pay. You could do the same thing. Pay you $1,000 to $10,000 a month to manage their social media. 1 to 10 grand a month to manage their social media. And I was like, I wonder if people will follow through and I'll get results. I know I'd gotten results from social media. I've used social media to generate over $50 million in revenue. So I was like, maybe I could show someone how to do 100,000 of revenue. And all of a sudden it started working. One of the first people who got in the first day I opened the test group, Jaden Gross, he ended up that year making 1.2 million gross, netting I think $300,000. Remember, he's only 21, no college degree, never had a business. I showed him the start. It took me 4 months to train everybody. I gave them a certification if they finished. And I said, I'm gonna show you how to start up your own social media marketing agency. It's the best opportunity that I know of. If I had to start all over, I'd start a little social media marketing agency, because you can just start with just a phone, just a laptop and internet connection. There's businesses all around you. There's 50 million businesses at least in the world. You know, if you get 1/1,000,000th of 1%, you'll have more income than you know what to do with. And then you could take that active investment, which is this little social media marketing agency, and you could start it at 18, you could start it at 80. It just works. So let's go upstairs. You take the extra profit and you reinvest it in stuff like real estate or whatever it is, passive investments. There's a lot of them. Got a little skylight up here. Now this house has a lot of bedrooms, has like 16. There's 9 up here. Use them for business, visitors, guests. My mom comes into town from San Diego sometimes. And like I said, this is a little Scarface. If you like that movie, you can pretend like you're cool here. Say hello to my little friend. Pow! So that test group I opened in 2016. About 25,000 people have gone through the test groups now. And I decided I'm gonna up it to like 2.0, a better version of what they went through to get even more results for people, maybe you. What I'm doing, basically not only am I going to do the 4-month, you can get access to the 4-month online training, but in addition to that, okay, 4 months, you don't know what you're doing. At the end of the 4 months, I've shown you everything. Me and my team have taught you everything. You can watch the videos. It's like an online learning platform, okay? So, but I'm gonna up the ante, do even more for people because I want even more results. My goal is to document taking 300 people. I like that movie 300, so I'm trying to take 300 people that I document. There's more, from rags to riches. So if you're under financial pressure, if you didn't know the equals MC squared of money, let me train you. And if not, just do it on your own. But it's easier if someone trains you. That's one of my secrets in business. I learned from other people. I didn't try to learn it all on my own. It's like learning a language. Yes, you can teach yourself Spanish from a book, but it's easier if you communicate with another person and learn from them who already speak Spanish. It's just easier. If you want to spend 10 years learning Spanish, try it on your own. If you want to learn it in a year or less, do it with somebody else. So this is a 4-month training program. At the end, you could become certified. It's not a college degree, it's just a certification to know you completed the program. And I'm gonna give you, and I can only do this in my house. You saw my backyard, I can hold in the back there on the basketball court, 400 people. So I'm gonna put a link below. Click this link if you wanna be in this test group, where not only you get access to 4 months of training, includes live calls, you'll see what 30,000 people learned, and I have an insane amount of testimonials. I should post some of them. I keep 800 of them on my phone. I keep 800 success stories on my phone, okay? There's a lot more, but you know, I don't communicate with everybody. There was just a 17-year-old here from Australia who's making $12,000 a month in Australia with this program. He's not even graduated from freaking high school yet. I'm like, damn, I was behind. So I'm gonna put a link below. If you wanna get in the test group, but here's the deal. I'm gonna give you a ticket. If you go here and the ticket says it's gone, it's too late. I can hold about 300 people in my backyard. I will actually, in addition to the 4-month training, I will train 300 of you in person in my backyard. Now, if you click here and it says, gone, then it means my backyard's filled up. You'll still get the test group. You'll still be in the test group and get the 4-month program, but you won't be able to come to the house. So don't procrastinate on this, because some people go, is that real? Are you really like trying to pressure me to buy? I'm not trying to pressure you to buy. I'm just saying, I can't have 6,000 people here in Beverly Hills. The police will come. All right, here's the elevator comes to there. You have, this is a dumb waiter if you want food or being shipped up to, which is kind of stupid. I never use that. We use it though to put my laundry. Here's my room. You could see out here, it's kind of cool to have breakfast out there. Now here you have, I always have books by my bed, different ones. My assistant buys me 5 books a day. Remember I said you have to learn, you have to invest money, time, and energy into learning how to invest. Part of the secret to make, you know what this shirt says? To get what you want, you have to deserve what you want. Most people don't deserve what they want. They just want stuff. They're spoiled brats. That's not how the life, if you're entitled, you're probably gonna end up with nothing. You'll be entitled to nothing. Some more books I haven't gotten through. There's the closet. You know what's funny? I grew up, good bit of my teenage years, I lived in a mobile home. Probably total square footage, 1,200 square feet. This bedroom's bigger than that. And I'm not saying that to like brag, I'm just saying, don't give up. You'd be surprised how far up you can go if you stick with it. And it didn't happen overnight. You're not gonna get rich overnight. You don't wanna get rich overnight, but you can get financially independent pretty fast. In fact, if you get in that test group, we have 100% money back guarantee. If it isn't working for you, you got to go through the program. I'll refund you all the money you paid. Now, sometimes people go, you'll see that. Click the link below, or it might be in the corner or in the descriptions. Now, yeah, it's probably up in one of the corners right here. I collect shoes. Here's some Yeezys. For those of you who know, these are the most expensive Yeezys. Don't ask me why I paid 10 grand or 5 grand or something. Another thing, growing up, I could only afford, I got 1 pair of shoes a year. So maybe that's why I'm like rebellious and I'm like, I'm getting 1 pair a day. Shaquille O'Neal sent me his shoe. It's bigger than that one. That's DeAndre Jordan. So this is the shower. It's kind of cool. There's a little couch there. Sometimes I get away from everything and think there. So I'll just close with this. The equals MC squared of investing is understand that you have to, sometimes, you got to postpone having fun right now to get something better later. Number 2, you got to understand active and passive investing. I didn't have time to go much into passive investing. What I'm saying is you got your career, your part-time or full-time job, add another source of income so all your eggs aren't in one basket. And then number 3, take time, energy, and money to invest in learning how to invest, because this video is not enough to learn how to invest. Guys like Warren Buffett, top investors in the world, multi-billionaires, he started investing at 7, he's 87. So 80 years he's been going. So you got to put in a little time. That could be as easy as reading a book. This test group program, that's like you investing in yourself. You will learn stuff. Some people, some people love me, some people hate me, but everybody knows that I use social media, and I can train you what I've learned and how it generated over $50 million from my companies using social media. And if I teach you just a little bit of what I know, you can go out to businesses and charge them 1 to 10 grand to manage their Facebook, their Instagram, their ads, their email. And if you don't know how to do it, I'll train you. All you need is a willing spirit and either an iPhone or doesn't have to be iPhone, cell phone, or a laptop and internet connection. You got those 4 things, you could be 18, you could be 80. And this 80 might be a little old. 18 to 70, let's say. My grandma just turned 100. I don't think she's gonna be starting her own entrepreneurial venture right now. But anyway, so I'll train you in all that. I'll show you how to get paying customers. I'll give you a script actually what to say to them. If you don't like to do it, I'll show you how to hire somebody else to do the sales for you. Number two, I'll then show you how to do the work for them so you get results. I'll tell you how much to charge them, because most people charge too little, so it's not worth their time. I'll show you how to get it set up for it automatically charges them once a month so you get a customer and they can make you money for years. And then I'll show you how to hire other people to do the work for you and how to scale your business. I'll show you how to do this part-time or full-time. So, and this works not just in America, by the way. Like I told you, this Australian kid's 17 and making 12 grand. He's making like a doctor's salary. In Australia, that's more than a doctor's salary. Jaden this year, I think, is on track now to make like $6 million bucks. He's doing lots of business. He went from nothing to a millionaire in a year. Now, that's in a rare, now a few people did that. I don't want to lie and say, oh, everybody becomes millionaires. That's not, I'm not stupid. So there's a disclaimer. You could make no money if you get in this program, especially if you are lazy and you never do any work. Like, this isn't magic. But I'll tell you this, it's easier than you think if you follow what I say. Okay? It's not automatic. It's easier than you think if you follow a formula that I will give you. So when you click the link below or in these corners, you'll be taken to my website. It's free. I have more training on there. You can watch the free training. Then you'll see a link to go to the test group. You can go there. If it says it's full, then you can't get access to my house anymore. But you could still do the online training. If it says wait list, then we've shut it down. We close and open the group as people graduate. So don't procrastinate. And then when you get in, you'll get a password protected login. You can access it on your phone or on your laptop. It's really simple. And just watch 3 videos training a week. That's what I recommend. You can do more. Some people do 10 a week. Some people do 1. Finish in 4 months. You can try to go faster or shorter, but you don't have to wait 4 months to start getting paying customers. I'll show you how to get a paying customer in your first month if you want. Trust me, it changed your life when all of a sudden somebody writes you a check for $1,000. That's the minimum I recommend you charge per month. That's your fees. All of a sudden you get $1,000 a month from one customer. You add another customer, maybe they do a higher package, $2,500 or $5,000. Next thing you know, you got, $1,000 to $10,000 of income coming in extra. It's a game changer. I can't tell you how many thousands of people, even on the streets, people come up to me like, changed my life. Changed my life. In fact, if you go on my YouTube, you'll see videos where I invite people with success stories to my house. They fly in from around the world. They're not actors. And they're just like, this revolutionized my life. I'm going to close with this crazy story. So I just went to Australia with Arnold Schwarzenegger to speak at he has a business talk once a year. So I'm in Melbourne, Australia. The day before, I'm walking around, and this kid comes up to me. I would guess he's between 20 and 30, in mid-20s. And he goes, Ty, I just want to tell you, I saw you walk in here. I didn't even know you were in Australia, but the program, the test group, changed my life in 2016. He got in to the test group. He built an agency. He didn't become a millionaire. He was making $5,000 to $15,000 a month, but that's a solid income, okay? He wasn't working 80 hours a week. Then, so let's say he generated 100 grand or 200 grand or something. Another agency that wasn't one of my students just came and said, oh, we see what you're doing. We want to buy you. They wanted access to his customers. So they bought him out for 400 grand. So now he got 400 grand cash. So his active investment created cash flow. Then he listened to what I'm talking about, this E equals MC squared, making money. And he put in the 400,000 and he bought an old historic home in Melbourne, Australia. Okay? And he got the regulations that he was able to improve. It wasn't historic, it's like on a historic land site or something. But he was able to get the zoning changed and he was able to improve it. And now it's worth $700,000. The dude's retired. He was basically like, I'm bored now in life, Ty. And I was like, this is a problem I didn't expect. That's a problem I hope each of you have that watch this. That is that's like if that's the worst problem you have in life, life's going well for you. If your biggest problem is like, oh, I'm bored because I got enough money in the bank. And whether you have 700,000 or an extra 700 bucks a month, or hopefully not 7, at least 1,000 extra a month, can change your life. Okay? Like I said, I'm telling you the best stories, the most extreme, but there's lots of in between. Okay? This thing works. I promise you. That's why years later, I'm still talking about it. And So I hope you'll get in. I hope you click the link. Don't procrastinate. Like I said, I'd love to meet you there in the backyard. I'll actually train you in person. I fly in people. Fly in Joe Soto. He's making $1.3 million. He's got 8 kids. He's got a social media marketing agency. He does marketing for restaurants and dentists and doctors. I'll show you how to get pizza companies and landscapers and bars. All these people want to pay you. And if you're young, they'll trust you with social media. And if you're old, they'll trust you because you're old. So this works for everybody. So, yeah. You got about a week left, really less than a week, because this will close up and there won't be any more spots in my house. So jump in, and I'll talk to you soon.